Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for April 8th, Thursday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me. We'll have a reverse aging call Friday, April 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. Do you ever stop for a moment and ask yourself, why am I hurrying? A lot of us, you don't, it's sneaky because it just comes over you. It could be anything, any primer, any spark that makes you into a hurry. At first it might seem subtle, but it's there. And when we become we get absorbed with the externality of this world, and we rush. We find ourselves rushing different directions. We miss out on the beauty and the miracle of our lives. And then we're constantly seeking in this rush. And you find out that it's not the finish line, that it's the journey. So you ever notice that when you rush something, you even as a child, remember when you were a kid and you would ask your parents or whoever your guardians were, and you would say, when is Christmas coming? When's it going to be here? When's it going to be here? And we were always, as kids, we always wanted things to be speeded up. We thought that the day was long and it dragged out. And then as these bodies grow and we get, basically programmed with so many different things, then we get caught up in this hurry stage. And if we stop pushing the river and embrace each moment that comes our way, the river will carry us instead. It's the same thing that I talk about when you've got a choice. You always have a choice. You're standing on the edge of the river, and you see it, you see the current, and you see the currents going one direction, obviously. And then you see a bunch of people in boats that are just grimacing, fighting against the current. So they represent life, this life, and their direction on how they view it. So they're grimacing, beet red faces, soaked in these boats, and they're trying to get upstream. And you're standing there, and there's a bunch of us standing there, we're all looking and saying, well, I think I'm going to get in a boat and I'm going to let the current just take me wherever it wants to. I have no concern where it'll end up. I'm interested in just enjoying the journey. Imagine if we were able to do that. Some people, I think, are close to it, that they've actually made peace with themselves in this life, and they're just absolutely elated exactly the way they are in this very moment. It's our soft presence that frees us from all of this externality, all of this pressure, societal pressure that pushes us, that we allow to push us. And then you begin to realize that there is a vast amount of magic in slowing down and feeling more relaxed. And you feel more open and alive. It's almost as if you're sitting somewhere and you're completely content. You're really not doing anything, but you're just in a peaceful state, and you're just watching things. You're watching this life. You're watching others in their lives. Nothing's affecting you. You're not irritated or stressed or in a hurry. And then you're watching all of those who are in a hurry. I got to go, I got to get here, I got to do this, I got to do that. And when we slow down, because I believe we've all done it more than once in this life, we will really open our eyes and we'll discover a whole new world that fulfills our very souls and our deepest longing. And it's our choice. Everything is our choice. We make these choices for ourselves. They're not wrong. They're not right. Whatever they are. Let them throw their curses if inside I am connected to what's true. My soul stays quiet and clear. Do you think God worries what people say? If a few ashes fall on a mirror, use those ashes to polish that mirror. Lala, 14th century North Indian mystic. No matter what happens to any of us in this life, remember this one understanding. Each of us are absolute, powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being, each of us, who has access to unlimited love, deep eternal love. I don't like to use the words limit, unlimit, but deep eternal love, creativity, and pleasure. And all this is, and more, is available inside us. Not out there. It's never been out there. This is the shift for the civilization, is coming to full circle realizing that everything, all of it, is inside of us. Always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It's just knowing how to access it. That's the key for us, to know how to access it, to sit in a state of wonder, to be in awe of this understanding that we have of ourselves. Even if you're able to do it, try it for just a few minutes and see what happens. You just might discover that there will be some resistance, denial, or even the realization that this amazing fact is already within you. Now, I've talked to numerous people through the years, and they, a lot of them have said, "I'm not going to do that. No, I don't really care to go in within." And I've asked them why, because I don't know what I'm going to find. And my response is, well, the unknown is where all the possibilities are. It's where everything is. It's in the unknown. So you going inside is the unknown for you. That's part of the adventure, one of the adventures of many in the journey. And so a lot of people say, well, I feel blocked. I have all these obstacles in this life. And the interesting thing is that they are our greatest catalyst to diving into a deeper experience of our most enlightened self. Every experience that we have as the beings that we are, whether you want to call human, mankind, whatever, contains a doorway. Every one of us have this doorway to this divine state. All that's needed is to look for the door. You got to start somewhere. You look for the door. Reach out for the golden handle and walk on through. Some people will sit outside that door their entire life. Doesn't make them bad, but they won't reach for that handle. They won't pull that handle to open that door. They won't reach out for the golden handle and walk on through into the divine state. There is nothing as easy and fulfilling as entering this marvelous paradise, spectacular, magna glorious paradise that is within our very being. Now you can see how many of us literally ignore it our whole lives. It's easiest to discover this warm, fuzzy, wuzzy feeling inside when you are alone in nature, quiet, looking within yourself, and for many hours. I don't know how many of you have done that. You might want to try it. Of course, you have to give up on the rush and the hurry. You have to choose to do that. To arrive at this place means letting go of the hectic outer world. Put away the busy, overly productive to-do list and devote to spend some solid quality time with you. Whatever is stopping you from making time for yourself is blocking you from experiencing the most tremendous freedom, the most tremendous love and joy. It's blocking you. Whatever it is. Only you know what it is. Let go. This is not easy for a lot of people because they think that they're giving up or something. I don't know. Maybe they think that they're losing or they're failure. It's just all crazy ego mind stuff. But let go of your life. Emotionally, mentally, and intentionally loosen your grip and relax into your true self. And you will find in this place a powerful, beautiful, and extraordinarily high vibrational being, the real you. And letting go, like I said, isn't easy at first. It's a toughie, especially when we're used to spending our lives living like a closed, tight fist. Close your fist tight. It is a representation of how some of us live our lives with closed, tight fists. We walk through this life, run through this life with closed, tight fists. We can choose to practice loosening the grip and try for at least 1 hour every day. You don't even know this, but you might be surprised to know how much, even when you go to sleep or when you get in bed at night, check your hands. Seriously, check your hands. See if your hands are totally relaxed or you've got a clenched fist. A lot of us don't realize that. So find the time for an hour every day. You might be pleasantly surprised how much you look forward to the time. You'll eventually get to that point where you look forward to it. Every single one of us on this planet is worth it. You are worth it. And that's a fact. When you look at yourself, I don't know how many people do this, because I know a lot of people that don't do it. They ignore it. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? And I'll tell you something. Some people say, well, that's kind of weird. What you see is seeing you. What you see in that mirror is seeing you. Maybe not always clearly. Yet we can only see certain aspects of ourselves. Say, our entire self is so huge, so amazing, and so magnificent to digest in just one sitting. You can't, not in just one sitting. We're so magnificently huge. It's like you can look back at your day and remember most of what happened, yet try and look back on your entire life and even past lifetimes and digest everything in the same detailed manner. You are much bigger than the mind can conceive. All of us are. The mind is the trickster. When you come to the edge of all the light that you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. When you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. To begin feeling just a smidgen of how amazing that you truly are, you might begin with letting go of any limiting beliefs that do arise about yourself. For instance, if you think that you're too nice, too old, too fat, too ugly, too poor, these are all old, boring stories and excuses. In truth, they are just tiny electrons passing through the brain, making you believe you're in some prison. Choose to realize these are all just thoughts passing through your consciousness in each moment. Now, you can choose to pay attention to the good ones or the bad ones. It's totally up to you. Each of us can easily break free from any negative or limiting beliefs running around in our minds by surrendering to loving you. Trust in the feeling of love. Believe that love is the way. Notice how it feels to be a bit more gentle and kind with yourself. What does it feel like to choose to accept all of your parts? Real love is deep and eternal, and it has no reason why it loves. It just constantly sends out gentle energy, working its magic and healing all parts of you every time. There is nothing more powerful and transformational than this deep eternal love. When you devote your day to loving you, being gentle with you, something very magical occurs. You start to feel the love that is already inside you right in this now. Deep inside your soul is the infinite source of love. The energy of God, source, absolute consciousness. Now, understand this. Within us all, each of us, is the energy of God, of source, of absolute consciousness. Whatever name you choose to place on it, the energy is the same. It is creating your experience of reality in every millisecond of your life. And it is the most benevolent, brilliant, and loving source there ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Neither a lofty degree of intelligence, nor imagination, nor both together go to making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Neither a lofty degree of intelligence, nor imagination, nor both together go to the making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. Everyone on this planet, in this now, are all on this sacred spiritual journey together. This life is for our enjoyment, transformation, spiritual growth, and eventually our enlightenment. We all are here to enlighten the load from our past, let go of all the heaviness we've been carrying for lifetimes. Whatever has been burdening, blocking, or frustrating to us is not real. There is this great relief inside as we no longer have to fight or resist anything in this life anymore. The war is over. We can see the truth and accept that which we believed was totally unacceptable about ourselves. It is then, only then, that our greatest joy and freedom begins to settle in. There is nothing you can do to make a wrong turn in this life. There is nothing you can do. No matter what you try to do, no matter what you do, to make a wrong turn in this life. Everything is part of your destiny on an infinite highway where everything is connected. All lanes eventually reach the same infinite destination. You cannot mess up your life. How many of us say that? Well, I've really messed my life up. You cannot mess your life up. It is perfectly imperfect, just as it is. It contains all the bittersweet and sour elements needed to release your tight grip inside yourself. So relax deeply and find out that you are all-powerful, beautiful, and truly extraordinary. On those days, we all have them, when you feel that you made a wrong turn in your life, where you got in trouble for not yielding to the other, where you had an unconscious moment and smashed into someone you loved, it may feel like everything is lost. Maybe you were driving with one foot on the brake and the other foot on the gas. I don't know how many have done that. I've done that. And mainly looking backwards in the rear-view mirror of this life. The secret here is forgiveness. Always forgiving. Let go of whatever mistakes you've made in your life, because there aren't any. They're all last year's movie. Observe the judgments of these movies about yourself without participating in that judgment. Welcome the experience of whatever your great error was and accept that it was a lesson, teaching you something deeper. Guarantee you, teaching you something deeper about yourself and life. And by welcoming whatever judgments are showing up about yourself, the judgment-aholic inside gets to step down from its pedestal, and a hint of clarity somehow naturally finds its way in. A glimmer of lightness finds its way into the deepest, darkest night of the soul. And when you fully experience judgment for whatever it has to say, without holding on to any story about it, this universe has to present itself to you with full clarity. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Welcome all the good, all the bad, and all the not so good that you see inside you. Yet give some extra special attention to the part of you that is powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being who has access to deep, eternal love. Eternal, always. Any resistance is futile, and it just makes you contract from life and get even more emotionally knotted up inside. If you must choose to resist an experience in this life, then just be conscious about it. Know that it is your choice. There's always another way to experience who you are. Try it. See what happens. Because you'll experience a relaxing, freeing feeling that you'll know and feel that will move on in. Trust the process. Let go and surrender to what is deeper and already at peace on the inside. There is no beginning or ending in the journeyless journey to nowhere. You do not start from somewhere. You do not end at anywhere. You are where you are, and you continue from there. Bodhidharma. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. Release all of the fears, anxieties, worries, hurriedness, stress, just let it fold away. Only you can do this. Nothing outside of you can do it. Only you know about you. You, if you aren't already, you will become the master and commander of your body. And it's always about, when we relax our bodies, it's always about surrendering. All the muck, whatever it is. Doesn't serve us the greater good, why do we carry it? This doesn't make any reason or sense of it, that we carry it. So you let it go. You surrender it. And the only way that we can do that is by turning and embracing all of it. Walking right up to it, whatever it may be with you. Embracing it. Full body hug, kiss, lots of love. And it'll vanish. It's when we turn our back and keep running from it. It does not vanish. It is relentless. So when you do this, the body then becomes totally relaxed in a peaceful state. This is our natural state of being, by the way, to be in deep peace eternally within ourselves. That we've come to the full realization that this externality, this outside life, is just a created illusion to occupy us, to teach us to go within. Everything's a teacher. Even a beetle crawling on the ground is a teacher. Even a blade of grass, a leaf on a tree, a branch, even the sky and the clouds are teachers. We're the students. We're either always teaching or always learning. One of the two or both. So the body will relax. You'll feel it when you let go. Anything you hang on to keeps the body in a stressful state. You aren't losing anything. You're surrendering to everything. You aren't fighting anything. You're surrendering to everything. You're doing it openly with yourself, without hesitation, without guilt, without doubt. And so your body just absolutely falls into the arms of the God that you are. That's the easy chair. You literally lean back without any doubt at all that your God has you and always has. So that's the God easy chair. And you're just in it. You're not moving. You are in complete silence. You're as relaxed as you've ever been in your entire existence. And you're in the arms of the true you, the God. When you're in this state, you easily move into the now. And the now is all we have. There's no past. It's dead and gone. There's no future. We haven't created it yet. There's only the now. And the nice, wonderful thing about the now is that it stills the ego mind and the subconscious mind. It allows us to step out of them. We're no longer in the mind or the ego or the subconscious mind. We're outside of them. And we're watching them. We're not judging them. We're learning from them. Learning how to literally have them as our allies rather than our masters. You'd be amazed what happens when you leave the mind alone. Even if you could do it for 2 to 3 minutes and practice it, leaving the mind alone. So in the now, the space between heartbeats, it's whatever you're doing in the moment. And after the moment, it's the past. It's thrown into the elephant graveyard. That's the past. It's dank, a bunch of carcasses and bones, and it's all foggy. Some of us, all of us, we have memories. We enjoy them. Nostalgia. We embrace certain things because they're experiences that we really, really enjoyed. They affected us in a large way. Now, some of them aren't too good. And so we go into a past and we embrace these, and it's fun. But we don't stay there. Some of us stay there in that elephant graveyard way too long. It almost retards our forward movement in this life, our progression. And then what happens is that we bring that past into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. Kind of weird, but we do it. It's not good or bad. And yet we ask ourselves questions through the life where we'll say, why is it no matter what I do, I seem to end up in this place? Well, that's why. Some of us will go into a future that doesn't exist. Wondering is great. Wandering isn't really fun. Wandering, what if this? When is this going to happen? When's that going to happen? When am I going to meet this person? When am I going to... And yet the only thing that we have that creates it all is the now. Now, the interesting thing is that when we're in the now, all the chatter, all the thoughts, all of that noise is gone. Because we're not in it, we're outside of it. But yet still, how do we stay in the now? Our breath. Our breath is divine positive energy. It sustains the vessel that houses the kingdom of God. It focuses us, relaxes us, strengthens us, nurtures us, eases us, heals us. So it's divine positive energy. Now, most of us take, huge for granted our breath. So it's great when you're consciously aware that we wander off in these thoughts. Say, most of them aren't even ours, but we still do. We wander off in these thoughts. We could be doing anything, but we end up wandering off in these thoughts. So when we do that, we're consciously aware of it. It's not a bad thing. And we say, okay, so I caught myself. I'm wandering off. So I'm focusing on my breath, and I'm in the now. I can guarantee you 3,000% of the time you focus on your breath, you'll be in the now. So the body is in the God chair. You're totally relaxed. You're in the now. You've stilled the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. You're outside of them. And you watch your body in the God chair. And you notice these beautiful colored wheels of light. There are about 7 of them going from the base of your spine all the way up to the top of your head. Now, they all look like different flowers, shapes. And they have geometrical shapes and different ones inside each one. Colors are beautiful. There's nothing like you've seen on Earth. And you see an energy within them. And you see it's almost like a fountain. It comes up, and it comes up over the crown of the head, the crown chakra, and it comes right back down to the root, through the sacral and back up again. And this is your God force, love, light, energy. This is your chi. This is your prana. This emanates from the source of all creation, the God source, you. And you're literally compelled to use your divine positive energy, your breath, and to have it join the God force, love, light energy. And so you follow them. You follow them. And you see a brilliant red chakra, the base of your spine. And it's your root chakra, it's your Muladhara, your career, money mindset, your sense of belonging. This is our survival point. This is what's connected to our emotion of survival. Money, food, all kinds of survival issues. And, it's connected to our spine, our rectum, our legs, our arms, and our circulatory system. So it's biological and spiritual. And what blocks it? Fear blocks it. Fear blocks our survival. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the Sacral Chakra. This is the Vadasthana. This is our ease, our sexuality, our pleasure, our connection, our ability to accept others and new experiences. This is our sense of abundance, well-being, our pleasure, our sexuality, our reproductive organs, our kidneys, our bowels, our immune system. You see how much these are connected to their direction? And all this is blocked by guilt. Our pleasure is blocked by guilt. And then we move to the yellow golden wheel of light. This is our solar plexus chakra, Manipura. See it in your heart, mind's motion picture as we do this. This is your personal power and your ability to channel. It's our confidence through the heart-mind. It's being the master and commander of our lives. It's connected to our central nervous system, our pancreas, our self-esteem, our liver, digestive tract, skin, our self-worth, our self-confidence. It's blocked by shame. We move to the emerald green wheel of light. The heart chakra, the anahata. Ability to love. Relationship. Self-acceptance. Joy, inner peace. And it's connected to our heart, our thymus, our lower lungs, our circulatory system, our immune system. And it is blocked by grief. And we move to the blue wheel of light. Throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This is our ability to communicate. It's our self-expression. The truth. Thyroid, respiratory system, teeth and vocal cords. And it's our truth, and it's blocked by lies. We move to the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our intuition, sense of purpose, direction in this life. Our imagination, our wisdom. It's our ability to think and make decisions. It's connected to our pituitary gland, our eyes, and our sinuses. This is blocked by illusion. And then we move to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is our direct connection to the divine, the cosmic life force of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It's our ability to be fully connected to the God source. It's our inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality. Pure bliss. Pineal gland, brain, and nervous system. And it is blocked by ego attachment. Now, we've brought these energies. We watch them as they move through these chakras, these energy vortexes. All the way to the top of our heads, our crown chakra. And we hold them briefly. We are love, we are God, and we are one. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense them into pure, omnipotently powerful liquid energy. And we release them over our pineal gland. The pineal gland is really important to us while we're in these physical forms. None of us have fully functional ones yet. So when we release this pure liquid energy over our pineal glands, you see it through your heart, mind, emotion picture, however you view it. I view it as a green ball, a rosebud. And when I pour this liquid energy over it, it just transforms instantaneously to this massive rose with multicolored petals. And massive with just a phenomenal fragrance, absolutely intoxicating. And it sends out these shimmering waves to me, and I feel them, but yet I find out to discover it's such a deep penetrating ease and peace and deep eternal love and gratitude. And then I discover that the rose is me and I am the rose. There's no separation. That was the illusion. We are consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we have gathering of parts of us that are consciously aware of the collective consciousness, of the God source, from the God source. We have archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrated at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. Oh, but we meet with them all the time. It's just that we don't identify in the moment of meeting with them. We do usually afterwards. And it's always the same message, but it's delivered in many different ways. And it just comes out to be Isn't it absolutely spectacular to be alive in these bodies? And a little bit of the bliss within us surface to the top, bubbles to the top. Now, they can surround us at any time in massive numbers, in the tens of thousands, because their vibrational frequency allows them to have a large number in a small area. And are they part of us? Yes. Are we part of them? Yes. We are pieces of each other. Do they teach us? Absolutely. Do we teach them? Absolutely. Are we students of each other? Absolutely. And ascended masters, those are those who have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, and hold pure consciousness God form. We have ascended into physical form to master physical form, create our experiences to perfect our creation. And if we're fortunate enough, and we stay within long enough during these lives, we will discover that we are the light. That our light is the God source creator, the one and only. And we will discover that we don't need to follow the light. We are the light. And the archangels and the ascended masters are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. They're with us now. So we reach out to other parts of ourselves in the collective consciousness. This is about the liberation of this planet and the ascension of this civilization. Some of the pieces of the God are not awake. They're fast asleep. Some are just barely awake. Others are awake to a certain degree. So we reach out to those that are consciously awake, the other parts of us. So, all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth, all these civilizations, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and her civilizations. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now, consciously. We call out to all of the light energy beings out there, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the gugaplexes. One gugaplex will fill this entire universe, stacked, not a space left. They come in trillions of gugaplexes from trillions of universes in every direction. And they are with us now, consciously. Feel as these parts come in awareness of all of us, through your heart minds. See them through your heart minds motion picture. It's absolutely spectacular. Then we call upon all the off-worlders, galactics, celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. Ones that we're somewhat familiar with. Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Sirians, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our ascension, enlightenment, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of the circle of light, in the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they're in the trillions, and shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of what is. Now, the ones that we're familiar with, somewhat, are the fairies and sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaids, dolphin, the whales, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, and they are with us now consciously. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we're all gathered in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace. Tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this liberation of this planet and our civilizations. This light is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. Its source is who each of us are, the God source. And we are flooding this entire planet, inside and out, above, below, with this pure, deep, eternal love, light energy. All of those that are asleep, all of those that are just waking up, and all of those that are somewhat awake. Endlessly, eternally. This planet cannot not be liberated. And we begin to levitate up above this planet. And as we do, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And it's flashing beautiful, vibrant, multicolors, trillions of every direction, everywhere, all of us gathered, flashing back and forth between us all, with us all, around us all. And we look close at these reflections, and they're just tiny, microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors that have no end. And we discover that we are all reflecting each other, the light of the God source, of the true Creator. All students, all teachers, with each other, of each other, from each other, always. This is part of our endless journey. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor emanating from the God source, from our pure, perfect, divine perfection. We cannot be harmed, cannot be infiltrated. No demonic attachment, influence. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Ever. 24/7. They can't invade us. They can't come in any direction. Ever. But only you. Only you. Only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, your hatred, anger, greed, deception, manipulation, stress, anxiety, fear, worry, envy, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously. You create a breach in your white fire armor enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're met immediately with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are gone and they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony in the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love, gratitude, and pure deep eternal peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We're the rain and the rainbows. We're the clouds and the sky. We are the trees and the forests, the soils, the animals. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We're everything. So the next time you see a beautiful vista, a beautiful sunset or sunrise, beachfront, sky, animals, whatever it may be, and you're in awe of it, it's because you're in awe of yourself. You're the divine perfection, the soul within you. You're the beauty. You're the joy. You're the happiness, the bliss. We continue to levitate above this planet as the circle of light. Some of us step outside our physical forms. We're carrying them and float effortlessly above them. We come in direct contact with this massive crystalline light tower that we all created. It's bigger than the solar system. In the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this giant golden white sparkling ball of light. It's surrounded by uncountable bands, rings of beautifully colored, vibrant lights. And all of them are sending out these massive, warm, misty waves that penetrate us softly, gently, inside and out, head to toe. The golden white sparkling ball of light is deep eternal love. And then all the rest, gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, great wealth, abundance, prosperity, bliss, tranquility, benevolence. And it is all you, all of us. There's no separation. There never was, there never will be, ever, beyond, and forever. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, saturating us all eternally as it does, with deep eternal love, gratitude, peace, flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, transforming this planet, moving it into its natural state of being of a pure paradise, total bliss, and its civilizations. We are drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean, the golden ocean, is the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is a separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere. Over 3 years ago, it holds over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. This is the greatest of the greatest intense, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies, of the parts of the collective consciousness of the one God. This is the pureness of the pureness, the divine perfection. This is the intent of total bliss, enlightenment, ascension. Moving this planet and its inhabitants into a higher and higher and higher vibrational frequency of existence. You can see it. You can feel it. It's everywhere. There's no so-called not anywhere. It's everywhere. When ego is lost, limit is lost. You become infinite, kind, and beautiful. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Turn within, and you will become free and liberated, because it's all a dream. Robert Adams. What is fear made of? Fear is made of ignorance of one's own self. Osha. The journey has always been within. The ascension is about being within. The frequency is higher and higher about being within. It is our choice to open the door that allows us to walk in to the God. No one else's choice, yours alone. What will you do? And when will you do it? Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we'll return here, April 9, 2021, Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call and our 9 p.m. Reverse Aging call.